bad. I hate to make it seem like this is good news, but it probably is to a lot of people out there. These gremlins need to fry. It's a lot of brothers out here losing their lives in jail, in the streets all across the world. Now it's looking like Melly allegedly about to get the electric chair because his mans got his murder charges dropped because he took a plea deal. So he about to be telling everything. He ain't holding back no more. He ready to come home and get him a steak sandwich the Aki way. Rest in peace to YNW Melly. He did the crime. Everybody know he did it. They've been stringing this along for a long time. Now they about to put his ass in the electric chair. I was wondering what took so long. I wonder if they gonna show us his teeth chattering when he in that chair, man. Will we get to see the smoke coming out his dreadlocks once they finish electrocuting this man? Will they show us his bones when he's sitting in the chair? That should be like a public warning. Don't commit no crimes because you can end up like this guy. Y'all got to see this, man.
I guess at some point after the fact, the state wants to take a proffer from you or have a discussion with you, ask you some questions about whatever that may be. What I want you to understand, sir, is I guess that's part of this negotiated resolution, but your answers to any of those questions, whatever they might be, have no bearing on me and have no bearing on this negotiated resolution. In other words, the deal you've negotiated is the deal you've negotiated, and that's the ballgame. Do you understand all that, sir? Have you had enough time to talk to your lawyers about all that? They've answered all your questions? You're sure that that's what you want to do? Because I want to emphasize, Mr. Henry, and I'm going to do this again at the end of my plea colloquy, whether you resolve the case by way of a negotiated plea or an open plea to me, or you resolve the case by way of a trial, it doesn't matter to me at all. But due to the resources that have been devoted to this case, I have 250 jurors summoned for jury duty starting tomorrow. So I want to be very thorough with you here this afternoon, because if you wake up tomorrow or the next day and you decide you've changed your mind and you want to resolve this case, both cases, by way of a jury trial, that's not going to happen. All right? If you want to have a trial, the trial starts tomorrow. If you want to accept the deal, you can accept the deal today. But there's not going to be any buyer's remorse, in other words, because I've given you plenty of time to think about this, talk to your lawyers about it, talk to your family about it. I talked to you about it last week. Kind of looks like your lawyers probably did something or other to get a better disposition for you as of this afternoon, but this is it today. So understanding all that, you've had enough time to talk to your lawyers about all that, that's what you want to do? And it's my understanding that you want to resolve both cases today. Is that correct? Yes. And that resolution is an agreement you've reached with the state, the terms of which are as follows. Number one, in the 19 case, you're going to plead no contest to both counts of accessory after the fact. In the 23 case, you're going to plead no contest to all 4 counts as charged. In exchange for that, the state is going to null pros, that is, drop the 2 first-degree murder counts. All right, I'm going to adjudicate you guilty. Yes, sir. So, Mr. Henry, what it's going to be is 2 counts of accessory after the fact, tampering with a witness in a capital felony, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. In exchange for that, I'm going to adjudicate you guilty on the 2 accessory counts as well as the tampering count. I'm going to sentence you to 10 years in Florida State Prison. That will be followed by 6 years of reporting probation. In the unlawful use of a two-way communication device, that's a second-degree felony, the maximum exposure.
It's a third-degree honor.
All right, so sir, as to that count, it's going to be an adjudication of 5 years in Florida State Prison. So the 2 accessory counts as well as the tampering count, those come with 6 years of reporting probation after the Department of Corrections sentence. I'll give you credit for all the time that you've served in both cases. All of those counts will run concurrently. All those sentences will run concurrently. All counts in all cases, that is at the same time with each other. I'm going to have to impose mandatory court costs. I guess at some point after...
Man, somebody gonna die. That's what it boils down to, man. Somebody gotta go. They talking about making America great again. Well, shit. They gonna have to figure out what to do with these YNs first. And that's what they working on. Trump sending the National Guard to Chicago. They trying to clean up the streets. Y'all niggas need to cut them dreads off ASAP or move to Jamaica. do reggaeton or something. Make it make sense, man. Make this shit make sense. But one thing for sure, y'all gotta get ready, cause that he gonna be smelling like bacon when they put him in that damn electric chair, man. He might be rapping while they electrocuting his ass.
Like I did it for my niggas in my city, my niggas in my city.
It's gonna be shocking. He spit a little 16 while they electrocuting his ass, man. Do a little mumble rap on his way out. I blame their mothers and their fathers, man. But mainly their mothers. Because they mamas the ones that encouraged them to be menaces. Because the last thing they want is for their son to be a bitch-ass nigga. I know the story. I seen Menace to Society, Boys in the Hood. I seen all the movies, man. I got my BET subscription. I know how it goes down in the hood. God damn. Y'all need to see this, man, because they in court talking for days when they need to just lock these dudes up and throw away the damn key, man. They guilty. We know they guilty. What are we really talking about here? Look at this.
Henry, I'm going to put you under oath, and I'm going to ask you some questions. If I ask you something you don't understand, please let me know. I'll try to ask you a better question, okay? As loud as you can so the court reporter can get down all the answers, okay? Raise your right hand for me. You swear to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth? You can put your hand down. Please state your full name. How old are you? How far did you go in school? Do you read and understand the English language? Are you presently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol? Have you ever been treated for a mental illness? Are they giving you any medication in the jail right now? How are you feeling this afternoon? Your head is clear? You understand what's going on this afternoon? You understand you're resolving 2 pending felony cases this afternoon? Mr. Haddad or Mr. Nascimento, have you seen or heard Mr. Henry say or do anything which would call into question in your mind whether he understands what's going on?
Nothing at all. No,
All right, so Mr. Henry, it's 2 cases, sir. I'm going to go one at a time. In case number 19-1871 CF10A, this is before the agreement you made with the state, before the deal you made with the state.
Oh shit, hold on, y'all. Let me get it together real quick. Y'all stay tuned while I get this. Y'all ready? Okay, here we go. Come on.
You were charged as follows. Counts 1 and 2 is murder in the first degree with a firearm. Those are capital offenses. The maximum and mandatory penalty is life in Florida State Prison. Counts 3 and 4 are accessory after the fact of murder in the first degree. Those are each first degree felonies. The maximum penalty is 30 years in Florida State Prison. In case number 23-10643 CF10A, you're charged in count 1, tampering with a witness in a capital felony. That is punishable by life in Florida State Prison. Count 2, directing the activities of a criminal gang. That's a first degree felony. Again,
This nigga triple OG. He might as well do the time just to have the glory. They reading his rap sheet. They could make a movie about this nigga if he don't snitch. He probably better off just shutting up and doing the time. It's a nigga in there that'll wash his drawers once they hear all them criminal charges he got on him. It's some punk ass dude willing to call him daddy up in there cause he the King Kong gorilla in the cell block. If he snitch, all that glory just gonna go to shit, man. I'm in awe. He can easily bag a hood rat. With them credentials, he gonna be the baby daddy of the year. Get 10 chicks pregnant all at the same time. While he in jail, man. It be a busload of hoes going up to the jail every day. He might as well do the time, man. I don't see why would you want to waste all that gangsterality on some bullshit, man. He gonna snitch, still have to do some time. And he gonna have to remove all them tattoos and shit. He got a painful future ahead of himself. He might have to be a telemarketer or some shit. And who knows what they gonna have him doing. He already got felonies. Life ain't gonna be easy when he come home. He better off being that gangsta ass nigga in jail. He gonna get fan mail, conjugal visits. Some old lady gonna be helping his commissary and everything. What future he got outside of them bars when everybody don't see what he done did? The Nation of Islam might not even take him in. He might as well just go ahead and do the time, man.
Punishable up to life in Florida State Prison. Count 5 is conspiracy to commit tampering. Again, as it relates to a first-degree murder charge, that is punishable by a maximum penalty of life in Florida State Prison. And count 7, unlawful use of a two-way communication device as charged, that's a second-degree felony. The maximum penalty is 15 years in Florida State Prison. So, sir, again, before the agreement you made with the state, before the deal you made with the state, your maximum exposure here was life in Florida State Prison, followed by 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 75 years in Florida State Prison. Sir, do you understand all the pending charges and the maximum possible penalties involved? And it's my understanding that you want to resolve both cases today. Is that correct? Yes. And that resolution is an agreement you've reached with the state, the terms of which are as follows. Number 1, in the 19 case, you're going to plead no contest to both counts of accessory after the fact. In the 23 case, you're going to plead no contest to all 4 counts as charged. In exchange for that, the state is going to null process, that is, drop the 2 first-degree murder counts. All right, I'm going to adjudicate you guilty. Yes, sir. What's happening with that?
That would be no problem.
So he's only going to plead to the tampering with a witness in a capital felony, conspiracy to commit tampering, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device?
They all getting a check off this nigga, man. You know the judge getting a big-ass check. The lawyers, the prosecutors, the damn corrections officers, everybody in that room right now getting paid a hefty amount just to work the case. This ain't no minimum wage job. They ain't working fast food. They ain't doing no warehouse work, man. They had to go to school. They got degrees for this. They eating steak, shrimps, and lobsters off of YNW Melly and whatever the other dude name is. And they do this shit 365. They getting bank off of ignorant ass niggas. The system is flourishing. These people pulling up in Benzes. They pulling up in Lambo trucks just to work that case. They go home, got big diamond chandeliers, got penthouses and shit because of fools like this. They be waiting for a dude to commit a crime or do something stupid out there in the streets. That's why the music industry and the legal system work hand in hand. They love to entice a motherfucker to go out there and do something stupid. Gangs and all them criminals out there, they ain't doing nothing but making people like this bank. They all showed up. You think they got up early in the morning? This chick looked like she rolled out the bed to go get that damn check. She ain't even put a comb through her head. Too much money to make. She grinding on this YNW Melly shit. They got a high-profile rapper or whatever the case is. They all gonna eat. After the trial, they link up at the steakhouse, $500 plates on his dime. His dumb ass by the cop a plea. And either way it go, they gonna win. That's why I don't feel sorry for they dumb ass, man. Rest in peace to the victims. Watching Shotters and Belly and all that, man, they need to cut that shit off. If you catch your kids listening to that or watching any of that bullshit, man, cut that shit off. That's bad parenting. At the end of the day, his parents ain't shit. And the other dudes, all they parents, if your son a rapper, you ain't shit. If your son got a notepad and he writing raps, you a trash ass parent. End of story, man. That's for everybody out there listening. If you find a notepad or your son, he writing raps on the tablet or whatever, you watching your son spit them lyrics and you trying to look for a talent scout and all that bullshit, you trash as a parent. And there's a lot of parents out there that be supporting their kids' rap careers. Be buying their little fake jewelry off of Amazon, getting their hair dreaded up and all that, talking about their son gonna be a rapper. You a trash ass parent, man. And it's a whole lot of y'all. And there's some dudes out there listening, and your mother encouraged you to be a rapper. Now you looking at her like she was nothing but a chicken head, man. And your father, he garbage too. A lot of y'all fathers don't give a damn what you do, as long as he ain't gotta pay nothing extra. Now he about to get the electric chair. They talking turkey, chicken, rice, beans, and motherfucking broccoli on his dime. This disgusting, man. I can't even look at this no more, man.
Just the tampering and the unlawful use.
Just count 1 and count 7.
Correct.
State, you're going to null process count 2 and count 5.
Correct, Your Honor.
As it relates only to Mr. Henry.
Correct.
Okay. So, Mr. Henry, what it's going to be is 2 counts of accessory after the fact, tampering with a witness in a capital felony, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. In exchange for that, I'm going to adjudicate you guilty on the 2 accessory counts as well as the tampering count. I'm going to sentence you to 10 years in Florida State Prison.
Damn.
That will be followed by 6 years of reporting probation.
Damn.
In the unlawful use of a two-way communication device, that's a second-degree felony. The maximum exposure.
It's a third degree, Your Honor.
It's the second as charged, I believe. It's a third, except as it relates to a capital case, but I'm happy to look it up.
Hold on, yo, this the shit they hit him with before he took the plea, y'all. They laying it out for him. They giving him time to process what's going on. 10 years plus 6 years probation. Then they gonna hit him with the sweet deal. He pissing and shitting on himself, right? He gotta go back to his cell for a long ass time, man. On that hard ass cot. He think about how his baby mama gonna move on, get married, start a new family. His mama probably gonna be dead by the time he get out. Ain't never gonna see his grandmama again. He think about his cousin that's in college and his ass sitting in jail. They laying it down for him so they could hit him with that plea deal. You know he gonna take it, man. Look at his face. 10 years, 6 years probation, either that or tell on the gremlin, YNW Melly. Look at this, man. Hold up.
Well, what did you want the negotiated sentence to be for that?
That was just going to be the maximum of the time served.
5 years? Is that what you want me to do?
Correct, Your Honor.
Oh shit, hold on, y'all. Let me get this together for y'all. Y'all listening? Okay, here we go. Come on.
Okay. All right, so sir, as to that count, it's going to be an adjudication of 5 years in Florida State Prison. So the 2 accessory counts as well as the tampering count, those come with.
Ooh, they sweetened that deal fast. They went from 10 years, now they talking 5 years. Look at his face. He like, shit, I probably ain't got to do no time. They keep on lowering the Didn't they just say we got 10 years? Then they turned around, hit him with 5 years. Now they about to sweeten that deal even more. Give him a lifetime coupon for Red Lobster, man. As soon as he get out of jail. Even if he ain't got no job. He can eat Red Lobster every day for the rest of his motherfucking life. He can go in there as a bum and still get that big shrimp dinner. Look at his lips. He licking his lips. He like that shit. They sweetening the deal. Oh my God. They might even throw in a big booty white girl on the damn deal. You know he gonna tell everything. He might bite his lip telling and shit. Like, excuse me, Your Honor, I bit my tongue. Your Honor. Tried to tell it. I couldn't tell it all, Your Honor. I'm too excited. Can the court be adjourned until I get a Band-Aid for my tongue, Your Honor? Cause I'm gonna tell it. A court is adjourned until someone get him some stitches for his tongue, please. He's bleeding. Thank you, Your Honor. I'll be right back. I will tell it all, baby. I will tell it all. They keep on sweetening that deal. Hold on, man. Run that back a little bit. Y'all listening? Listen.
That would be no problem.
So he's only going to plead to the tampering with a witness in a capital felony, conspiracy to commit tampering, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device?
Just the tampering and the unlawful use.
Just count 1 and count 7.
Correct.
State, you're going to null process count 2 and count 5.
Correct, Your Honor.
As it relates only to Mr. Henry.
Correct.
Okay. So, Mr. Henry, what it's going to be is 2 counts of accessory after the fact, tampering with a witness in a capital felony, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. In exchange for that, I'm going to adjudicate you guilty on the 2 accessory counts as well as the tampering count. I'm going to sentence you to 10 years in Florida State Prison. That will be followed by 6 years of reporting probation.
Damn.
In the unlawful use of a two-way communication device, that's a 2nd-degree felony. The maximum exposure.
It's a 3rd degree, Your Honor.
It's the 2nd as charged, I believe. It's a 3rd except as it relates to a capital case, but I'm happy to look it up.
That's what we discussed, so.
Well, what did you want the negotiated sentence to be for that?
That was just going to be the maximum time served.
5 years? Is that what you want me to do?
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay.
Oh,
All right, so
my.
sir, as to that count, it's going to be an adjudication of 5 years in Florida State
Oh,
Prison.
my God.
So the 2 accessory counts as well as the tampering count, those come with 6 years of reporting probation after the Department of Corrections sentence. I'll give you credit for all the time that you've served in both cases. All of those counts will run concurrently. All those sentences will run concurrently. All counts in all cases, that is at the same time with each other. I'm going to have to impose mandatory court costs. I'm going to order restitution payable to Terry Bagley and payable to Ashley Phillips and reservists to the amount. I'm going to give the state 120 days to tell me the amount of that restitution. If they fail to do so within 120 days, there will be no restitution. If they come back with an amount and the attorneys agree on the amount, I will impose that.
He looked over at his mom and them like, y'all got the money or no? Like, y'all got to pay these people for doing. If y'all ain't got the money. He looked over at his mom and them like, y'all better put up the house or do some shit, because I'm about to tell it. Man, this dude ready to get the fuck out of jail. He don't give a damn what it costs. He looked his mom up and down, licked his lips like, your ass better get on the pole or do something. Like, you still got James' number, mama? Where that trick ass nigga you was dealing with, mama? You better call his ass. He looked at his mama and his sister like they was riding in tricks from the Players Club. Like, y'all better use what y'all got to get what I want. Look at this dude, man.
As another condition of your sentence to pay back that restitution. If they come back with an amount and the attorneys do not agree on the amount, I will conduct a restitution.
He took another look at his grandmother. You sick motherfucker. Like, Granny, your old ass better get out there and twerk something. She get to twerking that ass and the Bible fall out her back pocket. You think he give a damn? He trying to get out of jail.
Hearing. Sir, lastly, and I want to make it very clear on the record, and it's unrelated to this negotiated change of plea, I guess at some point after the fact, the state wants to take a proffer from you or have a discussion with you, ask you some questions about whatever that may be. What I want you to understand, sir, is I guess that's part of this negotiated resolution, but your answers to any of those questions, whatever they might be, have no bearing on me and have no bearing on this negotiated resolution. In other words, the deal you've negotiated is the deal you've negotiated, and that's the ballgame. Do you understand all that, sir? Have you had enough time to talk to your lawyers about all that? They've answered all your questions? You're sure that that's what you want to do? Because I want to emphasize, Mr. Henry, and I'm going to do this again at the end of my plea colloquy, whether you resolve the case by way of a negotiated plea or an open plea to me, or you resolve the case by way of a trial, it doesn't matter to me at all. But due to the resources that have been devoted to this case, I have 250 jurors summoned for jury duty starting tomorrow. So I want to be very thorough with you here this afternoon, because if you wake up tomorrow or the next day and you decide you've changed your mind and you want to resolve this case, both cases, by way of a jury trial, that's not going to happen. All right? If you want to have a trial, the trial starts tomorrow. If you want to accept the deal, you can accept the deal today. But there's not going to be any buyer's remorse, in other words, because I've given you plenty of time to think about this, talk to your lawyers about it, talk to your family about it. I talked to you about it last week. Kind of looks like your lawyers probably did something or other to get a better disposition for you as of this afternoon. but this is it today. So understanding all that, you've had enough time to talk to your lawyers about all that, that's what you want to do? So, sir.
Imagine being able to build an app
Oh shit, hold on. What they doing? Wait a minute, y'all. Y'all hit that like button. Okay, let's get back into this. Come on.
Has anyone forced you, threatened you, or coerced you into entering these pleas? If I accept your pleas, there will not be a trial in either one of these cases. Do you understand that? If I accept these pleas, there's a whole bunch of constitutional rights you are giving up. I want to make sure you understand all of those rights. You have the right to maintain your plea of not guilty and have a trial in each case. You have the right to present defenses, to file motions and other pleadings in support of your defense. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to have the state prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to confront and cross-examine the witnesses against you. You have the right to appeal any decisions that I may have made up to this point or any rulings I might make in a future trial. But understanding by entering this negotiated resolution today, you are giving up all of those rights. The matter is going to be resolved today, right now, this afternoon. Is that what you want to do? Are you satisfied with your lawyers? Have you had enough time to speak with them? Have they answered all your questions? Are you satisfied with all the work that they have done for you? Sir, I've got two identical plea forms here entitled Plea of Guilty or No Contest to Criminal Charges in Circuit Court. Each one has your...
Like, do you agree that you're a demon? Like, yes, sir. We're offering you a chance to get into the gates of heaven. Are you willing to do whatever it takes to get there? Yes, sir. Even though you're a murdering bastard piece of shit, do you agree to testify against YNW Melly to save your soul? Yes, sir. Do you realize that regardless of what you say in this courtroom, you're still a piece of shit? Yes, sir. By the powers invested in me, we're granting you permission into heaven, even though you're a devilish demon. Do you agree? Like, yes, sir. You're a killer, stone cold asshole. You deserve to do life in jail, but we're giving you an opportunity to get out of jail as long as you're willing to take this plea. Do you agree? Yes, sir. You look like shit. You need to cut your dreadlocks. You promise to cut your dreads when you get out of jail? Like, no, sir. You mean to tell me you're willing to spend the rest of your life in jail to continue looking like a piece of shit? Like, yes, sir. Are you willing to snitch on YNW Melly? Yes, sir. You understand that we're granting you permission to enter the gates of heaven even though you're a demon piece of shit? Like, yes, sir. By the power invested in me, all your crimes is wiped away as long as you're willing to be a snitch bitch. Do you agree with that? Like, yes, sir. Do you understand that you're a piece of shit? Like, yes, sir. Your mother's nothing but a cocksucking whore and you never knew who your father was. Is that true? Yes, sir. Your mother is just like your mother's mother, your mother's mother, your father's father, you all ain't shit. Do you agree with that? Like, yes, sir.
Oh man, he just tried to get out of jail. That's not the shit, man. Oh my God. Listen. Oh.
Your name on the top, your initials on the left-hand side, front and back, and your signature on the back. Did you go over both of these forms? Any questions about what's on either of these forms? And is that your signature on the back of each form? Sir, there's a few things that I need to tell everyone that I take a plea from. They may or may not apply to you. If you are not a citizen of the United States, these pleas will result in your deportation. Do you understand that? Under the provisions of the Jimmy Rice Act, if the offenses to which you are pleading are sexually violent or sexually motivated offenses, or if you've been previously convicted of such offenses, then these pleas will subject you to an involuntary civil commitment as a sexually violent predator upon completion of your sentences. Do you understand that? If these are drug offenses, the Department of Motor Vehicles will revoke your driver's license for a period of 1 year. Do you understand that? Sir, paragraph 11 of each form that you sign reads as follows.
Wait a minute. He said they gonna take his driver's license, man. You're the bitch.
You pull over the vehicle, you step out of the vehicle, sir. We're gonna have to impound this motherfucker because you agreed to snitch and you didn't snitch all. You didn't tell everything, man. All right, driving up, no, give me your driver's license. You didn't tell her, no, if you didn't tell about this shit right here. What's this you got in the trunk? You didn't tell the judge you eat Captain Crunch cereal. Is this fucking cornflakes? Your ass going back to jail, buddy. You're supposed to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Was that a transgender in the passenger seat? You didn't tell the judge anything about this shit. You're going back to jail.
What type of deal is this, man? He ain't gonna be able to fart loud. They call the police on him for anything. Like, Your Honor, I see him picking boogers at the local grocery store. Yeah, this is over by the grapes. I put picking boogers by the grapes. Like, y'all going back to jail, baby. The only way he survived is if he wear a goddamn Confederate flag around his head for the rest of his life. Like, picking boogers by the grapes. Oh, yo dirty. Oh, yo nasty bastard. You're going back to jail. What the hell?
I acknowledge that my attorney and I have reviewed any discovery disclosed by the state. My attorney and I are unaware of any physical evidence for which DNA may exonerate me. In other words, sir, if there's any physical evidence in the case that we could test for DNA, that DNA evidence would not tell me that you were not one of the people in that vehicle when these crimes occurred. But actually the opposite would be true. If there was any such physical evidence that could be tested for DNA, that DNA evidence would tell me that you were one of the two people that was inside this vehicle when these crimes occurred. Sir, do you agree with that statement? State, do you agree with that statement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, do you agree with that statement? Mr. Henry, understanding everything that I have talked to you about up to this point, do you still want to go ahead and resolve both cases today, right now? Defense, is he stipulating to a factual basis for the purpose of each plea in both cases?
Yes.
And if he's entitled to a PSI, defense, are you going to waive that as to each case?
Absolutely.
State, is there anything else that you need me to do before I take his plea?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. So, Mr. Henry, again, two
This is
Oh, come on, man. What the fuck going on? Yo, make sure y'all hit that like button out there, y'all.
cases. We're going to do one at a time. In case number 19, 1871 CF10A, as to count 3, accessory after the fact to murder in the first degree, and as to count 4, accessory after the fact as to murder in the first degree. How are you going to plead, sir? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? In case number 23, 10643 CF10A, as to count 1, tampering with a witness in a capital felony, and count 7, unlawful use of a two-way communication device. How are you going to plead, sir? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? I will accept your no contest pleas as to each. I'm going to find a factual basis to support each based upon my review of each electronic probable cause affidavit as well as your stipulation in court here today. I'm going to further find that you have freely, voluntarily, and intelligently waived your rights, that you have knowingly entered each plea with the advice of competent counsel who you've told me that you are satisfied with, that you understand the nature of the charges and the consequences of the plea. Accordingly, and pursuant to the negotiated agreement, I will sentence you as follows. In case number 19, 1871 CF10A, as to count 3 and count 4, I will adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 10 years in Florida State Prison. That will be followed by 6 years of reporting probation. I will impose mandatory court costs. Pursuant to 943.325, I will need a set of your prints and DNA. Pursuant to 938.27, I will impose a cost of prosecution of $100. Sir, I'm also ordering restitution in that case payable to Terry, T-E-R-R-I Bagley, B-A-G-L-E-Y, and Ashley, A-S-H-L-E-Y Phillips, P-H-I-L-L-I-P-S, and reserving as to the amount.
So if they had, this one I don't understand. Did he have all that money and they didn't want to take his money? They ain't want to take it. All this shit is about money. You figure, hell, if you got a bag, you know, and you grease the right pockets or whatever the case is. Not saying that's the case all the time, but damn, they asking him for money that he probably don't have. He got to come up. Somebody got to come up with the money. Money shouldn't even be a factor if it's all about justice. You know what I'm saying? But them people, they got to get paid. So by him taking this plea, it's opening room for them to make a whole lot more money because the case is going to get a whole lot more interesting. They could take this to the prime time in which they doing. And it's some old news, but hell, they put these dudes on the back burner because they high profile or whatever. They got a little rap video on YouTube and they raking up that view revenue, that ad revenue and all that BS. So, you know, somebody might die behind this. They talking about Melly allegedly gonna get the electric chair behind this because this dude took a plea deal. We gonna get back to him, but I want to backtrack to how all this started. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to look at this real quick.
Another hearing happening today for rapper YNW Melly ahead of his retrial for double murder.
And it comes after the lead prosecutor was removed by a judge. Local 10's Ian Margul is live with the latest from court today. Ian.
A lot of the discussion was about exactly that. The lead prosecutor no longer allowed to be on this case, and the new prosecutors who are taking over, all three of them, asking the judge for a little bit more time to prepare.
You are allowing the state to cause this problem and now benefit.
More back and forth in court on Tuesday as rapper YNW Melly listened on in his red jail jumpsuit, waiting for a retrial of his double murder case. Melly, whose real name is Jamel Demons, is accused of shooting and killing two of his friends back in 2018.
This is an accusation that could carry the death sentence of a defendant who hasn't been proved guilty because they haven't met their burden, and we don't think he's guilty. I'm going to just declare his trial.
Melly's initial trial ended with a...
Look at this demon. He guilty as shit. Look at his face. He got horn. He looked like Lucifer. You could look at this motherfucker and tell he guilty. If he ain't guilty of this, he guilty of something. Y'all see how the devil work, man? They just, man, it's a evil system, a evil industry, man. He's one of the devil's own. And they entertaining the masses with this bullshit, man. Man, just get rid of him, man. But fuck an electric chair. Just do the cremate his ass. And burn all his pictures and shit. A bad case of the X-Files. They need to get this nigga the fuck out of here, man. Him and all of them, man. They love to have a nigga looking crazy in the news. And these dudes with them Florida boys with them dreads, they perfect for the damn news, man. Don't they understand that their ugliness is the reason why they in trouble in the first place? Cut that shit off, man. Be decent. That way they won't be so quick to put your ugly ass on the news, man. You know they love to show that fucked up mugshot. They provide these people with material. Any angle gonna sell some whatever. People gonna click because who the fuck is this demon? Damn. Don't even like looking at these motherfuckers, man. They need to do better. They set themselves up to be jail bait. But just throw their ass in jail. Why they gotta masquerade these dudes all in? This ain't a good look for African Americans, man. They talking about they want to get rid of all of the illegals so they could deal with a bigger problem. There ain't gonna be no excuses. Like shit, y'all know how we gets down. They bought the illegals in just to clean them out so they can continue to clean it. The illegals was like spraying motherfucking bleach on a bigger problem. They using them to wipe these niggas out the damn way. Like if we can let Javier's hard-working ass go, if we can get rid of Paco and all he did was work hard and make money, and your ass gangbanging, what you think we gonna do with you? They working on Watermelon Alcatraz, man. They gonna get all these niggas out of here. YNW, man, get him out of here, man. They talking about they don't know if he guilty. Look how he looking. One of the Sammy Davis Jr. grandkids. He a demon. Oh my God, man, he making me sick to my stomach. Look at this.
Proved guilty, because they haven't met their burden, and we don't think he's guilty.
I'm going to just declare mistrial.
Melly's initial trial ended with a hung jury in late July after they couldn't come to a unanimous verdict. And now, as they prepare for his retrial, attorneys for the state are scrambling to catch up after the lead prosecutor was removed from the case by the judge last week. So while the defense is asking for this trial to continue moving forward.
Like, if we put you in jail, I'm not going to be able to afford that boat that I promised my wife. My grandkids got to go to college, you know. We need you to stick around. For the media, you're so fucking ugly. We can at least make about $5-6 million. We need you, buddy. You did the crime, now we own you, okay? We're not gonna let this go easy. What we need you to do is smile for the cameras. Can you do that? We want to see all of your teeth. Can you do that? Yeah, you're a good kid. You're a good guy, okay? You're gonna have you in front of the lights, cameras. This is gonna be bigger than your rap career. They're gonna treat you like fucking John Gotti. Are you okay with that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is what I'm born to do. What I'm born to do, sir. I promise you, this is what I'm born to do, sir.
All right, look, we're gonna drag this along. You got Diddy ahead of you, kid. We're gonna wait him out. We're gonna wait out Diddy. It's gonna be a Cardi B trial, ASAP Rocky. You think you can hold on? You can do the time? Because we can sure use the money. Is that okay with you?
Yes, sir. What I'm born to do, sir. Yes, sir. This is what I'm born to do. Man, this shit is pathetic, man. Look at this dude. Hold on. We're not bad. Look at this dude, y'all.
Quickly, prosecutors are asking for a little more time to prepare.
We just got this case 48 hours ago, and we know nothing. And in order to appropriately represent the state, and we'll still be at a disadvantage, because Ms. Riley had this case for 5 years, she's lived it. We will still be at a disadvantage.
So after all of that back and forth, they will begin jury selection tomorrow. Between Wednesday and Thursday, they want to go through about 150 potential jurors. They are first going to do just the very first step, and that is going to be asking about hardships, whether or not they can actually sit for this trial, and then they will do voir dire at a later date. We'll keep you posted as soon as that gets serious.
Yeah, man. You know, we just gonna wait and see how this gonna go, man. They gonna give him the chair. They gonna let us see him fry. Like, what's happening here, man? They finally gonna get rid of him and let the other dude out of jail. That's what it's looking like they about to do, man. It's a possibility. YNW Melly about to get the fucking electric chair, man. He might inject him with something, y'all. Look at this.
Okay, I'm going on the record. This is on the top of page 2, State versus Maryland, 19-1872-CF10A. I've got Mr. Clear, President of the state. I've got Ms. Ms. Liberty, President of Mr. Devins, who likewise is present. We set today the defense electronically filed on May 5th, 2025, urgent motion for order to show cause against the office of Broward State Attorney, Carol F. Pryor and John Phillips, Esquire. I did read that motion, as well as all the authorities cited therein. There was a response filed by John N. Phillips, Esquire, and the law office of Phillips, Hunt, and Walker's response to defendant Janelle Deming's urgent motion for order to show cause against the office of State Attorney Harold F. Pryor and John Phillips, Esquire. Likewise, read that response, as well as all the authorities cited therein. And then electronically filed on June 18th. The state's response to urgent motion for an order to show cause against the office of Broward State Attorney Harold F. Pryor and John Phillips, Esquire. And I likewise read all the authorities cited therein as well. So I won't limit each side in any way. You can present whatever evidence, witnesses, or testimony you would like to present. Ms. Liberty, it's your motion. Whenever you're ready, you may proceed.
May I inquire if Mr. Phillips is here?
I've never met him before. It doesn't look like it.
So,
Judge, if I could interrupt, I know that Mr. Phillips wants a... I'm here to represent the family of Anthony Williams. Okay. And I know Mr. Phillips filed, I think, a motion last night or the day before indicating that he had several family-related issues that would not be able to be here in court.
They need to start holding court at the casino, man. And let the judge be the dealer and all the lawyers and shit, they had their chips. So they all could cash in, man. They playing a game of spades that people really don't know what the fuck is really going on for real, man. It's all a game. You find your ass in that slot machine. They throwing numbers around and stuff. Man, it ain't nothing but a game. And these dudes line themselves up to fall into their game so somebody else can get rich and throw their life away so another motherfucker can get rich. It's crazy, man. It just amazes me. They all there to get a bag. They splitting that pie. Don't think they doing this shit for free, man. They all coming to get their check. Like, how we gonna make a profit off this nigga today? And it ain't no one and done. They'll drag that trial and squeeze every fucking dollar out, squeeze the last drop of juice out of a nigga, man. And there's other people lined up like the system. Shit is crazy, man. No wonder they be promoting this bullshit. But for the dudes out there, the street niggas, y'all some of the dumbest niggas in the world, man. You throw your life away so this motherfucker could pull off in a Lambo or whatever. You throw your whole life away so this nigga could buy his 16-year-old son a Ferrari. Shit stupid, man. They sitting up there looking like cartoon characters for the man. I just don't get it, man. They gots to be retarded. Or maybe that was the purpose of them being born. The reason why your black ass is alive is so another motherfucker can make a profit off your ass. I wonder if they still file niggas on their taxes. If your last name Johnson, the Johnson family probably filed you, your mama, your cousins, your whole family reunion on their taxes. And if you go to jail, they probably get a profit of your damn sentencing or whatever. Who knows how this shit go, man? I'll be wondering how people are able to live in them houses. And people are able to be living all out. And what they do, they probably still got ownership over your black ass, man. Especially when you go to jail. I don't respect these dudes. Not now. And on top of that, they taking out each other in the process with this shit, man. Make me want to holler. Somebody said they blame hip-hop culture. Man, I blame people that get knocked up by somebody they barely even know. Giving up all them goods and fucking around. I'm pregnant. You think he trying to hear that shit? That's the last thing he trying to hear is, I'm pregnant. Because dudes gonna smash any damn thing. That's the women ought to know that. They be making it seem like they special because somebody want to smash, or they fine. They think it's a compliment because somebody want to smash. Man, these niggas will smash any damn thing. And then you fuck around and have a baby with somebody that's just trying to get some cheeks. And I'ma keep the baby. Like, good luck. You're gonna be out there looking just like that. That's some bullshit, man. The dudes don't even deserve no parts of this conversation. The fathers out there, we already know what time it is, man. It's a lot of dogs out there. And they, wherever they can get it, they gonna get it. But the problem is, it's too damn easy. It'd be a nigga fresh out of jail living with his mama. Like, ooh, he got dimples. And fuck around, get y'all seen the Tubi movies? Them Tubi movies be real life, man. Like it really be going down like that. It's clean cut and straight to the point. That's why I like them Tubi movies. The low budget Tubi movies, because they ain't got time to be trying to do twists and plots. They just tell it like it is. She meet a nigga. All he got going on is that silver jewelry. He can't even pay for the date. She buy him some clothes, some hats and shit, and he start feeling himself. Then he got other chicks coming by the house and wanting to fight and all that. And next thing you know, I'm pregnant. That's the problem, man. Oh my God, look at this shit. Y'all need to see this, man. Because this dude about to tell everything. Look.
I'm going to give the state 120 days to tell me the amount of the restitution. If they fail to do so within 120 days, there will be no restitution. If they come back with an amount and the attorneys agree on the amount, I will impose that as another condition of your sentence to pay back. If they come back with an amount and the attorneys do not agree on the amount, I will conduct a restitution hearing. That will conclude that. In case number 23-10643 CF10A, as to count 1 and count 7, I will adjudicate you guilty. Count 7 is a sentence of 5 years in Florida State Prison. Count 1 is a sentence of 10 years in Florida State Prison, followed by 6 years of reporting probation. I will impose mandatory court costs in that case as well. I will not impose the cost of prosecution in that case as I just did so in the previous case. Pursuant to 943.325, I will need another set of your prints and DNA. All of these, there is no restitution in that case. All of these sentences, all counts, both cases, will run concurrently, that is at the same time with each other. I will give you credit for all the time that you have served. State, in 19-1871 CF10A, your announcement as to counts 1 and 2.
The state will be announcing a null process to those counts, Your Honor.
And in case number 23-10643 CF10A, state your announcement as to count 2 and count 5.
The state will be announcing a null process to those counts as well.
Okay. I think that concludes all the matters. State, is there anything else that you need me to do regarding Mr. Henry in either case?
Mr. You just have one moment.
Hold on, yo. Yo, this is what I be wondering, man. Now, when he get back to his cell or whatever, is they gonna make it safe for him now that he took this plea deal? They gonna put him back in general population? Cause man, them goons in there waiting. They gotta keep him away from the rest of the inmates. They gotta put him somewhere nice and snug to where nobody can get to him. Cause this dude's in there doing life cause somebody took a plea deal, and they agitate them dudes. It make them feel a way. They want to take their anger out on him. So they gotta put him in a nice little situation. Who knows how this gonna go? I'm pretty sure there's inmates in there that's encouraging him to snitch though, especially them old heads with no teeth. Like, shit, you do a lot better than me, youngster. If I could do it all over again, man, I would have dropped a dime on that motherfucker and been at home with my family and kids, man. Like, what do we got to lose? We ain't got nothing, young blood. What the fuck, man? We ain't got no community, ain't no unity. What you do? They might as well just drop a dime on that nigga, man. He probably getting a lot of encouragement in there. You know, especially what was coming out about Young Thug. He sound like an idiot. That street code ain't worth a goddamn. It be the main ones talking about rats and snitches. Be rats and snitches. So he might as well take the plea and bring his ass on.
I'm looking at the plea forms. The 23 case, they have 707 days credit for time served. In the 19 case, 1,340 days credit for time served.
nothing else, Shawn, I think we just have an order for you as well.
Okay. So listen, my the fee hearing docket is at 3:30 p.m. So
We've already spoken with BSI, I think we're just in an order, concerned about a week.
okay. I mean, I was going to make it available if you wanted to do it now.
I think BSI has problems with that.
Okay. So they're in charge.
Just coordinate it with us. Right?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you, Judge.
Anything else from the defense on behalf of Mr. Henry?
No, Judge.
All right, Mr. Henry, I'm not quite sure how your lawyers managed to do this, but I wish you good luck, sir. Yeah, he'll be on, Mr. Nesmith and Mr. Haddad. We'll have a probation officer here tomorrow. He'll be on my docket tomorrow morning for the instructions on probation. So I will sign all the paperwork if you want to stick around for that. We're otherwise going to be in recess till 3:30 p.m. The hearing docket starts at 3.
Shit look like a scene out of Amistad, man. Look like just some out of one of them slavery movies and whatnot. I just don't understand it. For y'all dudes out there that listen to rap and you a diehard hip hop fan, get ready for them cages, man. Get ready to sit in there with them real ones. Cause that's what's gonna come down the pipeline. And for all the ladies out there that entertain this type of stuff, you listening to Lil Baby and all that. You probably don't deserve a good man. Let's be real. You don't deserve a good guy or a nice guy or whatever the case is. And for all you good guys and you nice guys out there, if she a hip hop fan, don't even put yourself in the line of fire. Because negativity is bound to follow. I'm just saying. Hey, I love using this as an example. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about, man. I love when I had this conversation. This is one of my go-tos. Y'all need to see this. Yeah, hold on. Let me put this up. I'm going to make my point just in case y'all like, oh, he tripping. What's listening to rap got to do with anything? How can you judge a woman based off of the music she listened to and all that bullshit? This the prime example right here. Look, you want to be with a chick like this? Your ass gonna be on the stretcher. Look, she trying to resuscitate his ass. The baddest bitch. He got a gunshot to the head. All cause he dealing with this chick, man. Yo, you gonna find yourself in the ER. So I don't know how it's gonna happen. But you bound to find yourself in some ratchet shit, man. You might end up in jail or worst. Dealing with a chick like this, man. It's plenty of dudes that be dealing with strippers or them working girls, ex-prostitutes or whatever the case is, and they be trying to keep up with a chick like this. You gonna wind up dead. It been times I've been with a ratchet. Next thing you know, some dude just come up wanting to fight. They attract shit like that, man. You be with you be taking penitentiary chances with somebody like this. You be in a situation to where you gotta prove your manhood. You might have to blow somebody's brains out or get your brains blown out dealing with a chick like this, man. Look, he writing love letters and shit. He signing over his chick. She's still talking shit on her album cover. Like, I love you, baby. Here go the money, take everything. I love you. It's like, wait a minute. What about your cars? What about your jewelry? You ain't man enough. When I met you, you was a millionaire. Now you only got a couple of $1,000. You lame. You weak and you a bitch. Hey, baby, I'm sorry. I'll give you whatever you want, baby. I thought you was a man when we first got together. Now I broke your ass down. You a little boy. Like, I'm sorry, baby. I love you, baby. The baddest bitch. She locking niggas up. She taking this shit too far, man. She winking at the camera while she locking the nigga up.
Like, I'm about to put all these niggas in jail tonight. I'm the baddest bitch.
Ruin your motherfucking life. Look, these women might as well work for law enforcement with this shit they got going on, man. But that's neither here nor there. A YNW Melly about to get the electric chair. And he gonna be dead. And it's gonna be another nigga come out that's uglier than him. The next dude they pick, he might be blind on some Bushwick Bill shit. And they gonna have him in court for 3 years looking ridiculous on the damn screen. They gonna have him on the thumbnails looking like a goddamn rat. Or worse. Putting on for black people or what. Look at this, man.
8:30 p.m. So I'll be in a recess until then.
Man, leave his ass in jail. I know they ain't entertaining the fact of letting him back out in society. Leave it, man. They need to start deporting niggas to Africa. That's what they need. Let's be real, y'all. They need to deport these dudes to the Sudan. Fucking send them to Nigeria. They got plenty of room in Africa for these ex-cons that take these plea deals. Don't put them back out in the street. Fucking send this nigga to the Congo and let him figure it out over there. Like Chris Rock said, man, I love black people, but I can't stand them other kinds. Cause man, I don't want to see him in the street. He gonna ruin my day if I bump into him somewhere in public. I might not get out the car, man. You pull up to the gas station, this nigga standing outside, just standing in front of the door. And he looking back and forth with them dreads and shit. He looking at your car, he waiting for you to make a move. He just out there. He the type of dude that be working at the Krispy Kreme, mad as fuck, and by the dumpster smoking a cigarette. They gonna hide his gangster ass at Krispy Kreme. I'm sick of these fucking donuts. You gonna be fighting with, you gonna punch a hole in the donut. I can't stand it, man. But who am I to judge? You know what I'm saying? If somebody see me walking down the street or whatever the case is, they probably put all this negativity that I'm putting on him onto me because of the way I look or whatever. And I'm clean cut. I'm grown man with it. I ain't on that young boy time or whatever the case is, but still it don't matter. People would judge you based off of your appearance, and that's men and women of color, and that's fucked up, man. People don't know nothing about you, but they assume that you XYZ just because of the way you dress or whatever the case is, man. That's why it's always wise to don't judge a book by its cover. But he on the news for doing criminal activities and stuff, so it's safe to say that this guy right here, he's a bad guy. And people do change, but we got to see the change. Why is they showing up to court looking like that still? I don't see no change in this young man right here. You figure if he has some sense, he'd get real clean cut and be on his, he need to do something with himself, man. Now it's not, this shit ain't cool. it's predatory when you look like the predator or whatever the case is. Y'all want to know what the problem is? We live in a time where people could do whatever they want to do. If your ass motherfuckers fall off a bridge or whatever, that's on you. Don't nobody care. Remember back in the day, it'd be a motherfucker on the top of the building talking about, I'm gonna jump. And they'll send people up there, the paramedics, somebody to talk them off the ledge. Like, look, buddy, you got so much to live for. Oh, what about your wife? What about your kids? What about your mom? Nowadays, it'll be a bunch of people holding their cameras up. Like, jump, bitch. Like, I'm gonna jump. What you waiting on, punk? Motherfuckers, they'll take their camera phone and zoom that shit in on your ass while you falling off the damn building. And when your ass splat on the concrete, they're gonna run over it and get all the ooze coming out you with their phones. That's the problem. And it be people crying out for help, and people be entertaining and shit like it's funny. Like this dude right here. Look at this, y'all. This dude was crying out for help. He was Delonte West Part 2, man. He was sick. He was mentally ill. And his fans was like, yeah, fuck it, dude. Yeah, do it, man. Do it. People was waiting for him to just off himself if he didn't get taken out. It was like, any day now, this month, he gonna be on the news and gonna be doing something he ain't had no business doing. And his mother profited off a lot of people feel like his own mama, the one that sent them dudes to take him out, because he went to the bank and he took all his money out. He got him a motorcycle. He was about to get ghost. He was about to say, fuck this, man. I'm leaving. He didn't want nothing to do with his mama. He didn't want nothing to do with that. Right before he could escape and get the hell on somewhere, he passed away, and his mama making all the money and shit off of his death and all that. But I say all that to say that, even if you is crying out for help, people ain't gonna help you. If anything, they gonna prey on your downfall. That's why it's so sad for these young kids out here, because there really ain't no support like that. You ain't gonna find no love in no tablet. And that's where they be looking. They be on the internet looking for love. It ain't there. It's supposed to be in the home, but it ain't there neither. So, I feel for these kids or whatever the case is. And for you fathers out there, y'all ain't shit, man. But I get it. Who wanna have? How you gonna have a relationship with a jump off or whatever the case is, or a hood rat, and then you be like, well, you shouldn't be messing with them type of women, but it's a lot of that shit going on right now. So why would somebody want? I mean, shit happen, and you always supposed to use protection, fellas out there. But I be looking at them shows where they be trying to figure out if you gotta figure out who the daddy is and all that shit, man, it's already a bust. So it's a lot of men, like, they can't see themselves being married with a picket fence and raising the kids and all that bullshit. And for the dudes out there that's helping raise somebody else's kids or whatever, that's all good. If you love the person you with. If you love somebody, that changed the whole narrative, man. If you in love, anything is possible. If you in love with somebody, any situation can be worked out if you love somebody. But you just gotta make sure that you loving the right person. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure YNW Melly's father didn't love his mother. And a lot of other people, I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all out there, your father never loved your mother. And for the people out there, your parents used to be married, or your parents still married, or whatever the case is, and they wound up falling out of love or whatever the case, that's all right. Because at least love was the foundation. But if love was never the foundation, then you know, you in a fucked up situation, man. You gonna have to do better than the people that was before you. That's what it boils down to. But it's looking like YNW Melly about to get the electric chair. Y'all let me know what y'all feel about this in the comment section, man. And for you ladies out there listening, if nobody never told you, I want to let you know that you beautiful. You know, regardless of what you look like for real. Even if you don't believe it, I'm going to let you know that you beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Inside and out. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button too. And I'm going to holler at y'all on my next video, baby.